Hello, I'm Renee Varnador, and this is Soul Portal Journeys. Welcome. We're talking about the eclipse on March 20th when the sun moves into Aries. And Aries is the beginning point in astrology. In the Northern Hemisphere, there's spring. In the Southern Hemisphere, there's fall. And so but there is for all of us on this planet a sense of the new beginning, the new astrological new year, with the sun moving into the sign of Aries. So the sun is just finishing up her time in a Pisces, and she's going to be, meeting with Venus, meeting with Neptune, all of these things happening around the time of this eclipse. We also I said eclipse because we're in the eclipse portal. We just had a lunar eclipse on the 13th, 14th of March, depending on your time zone. And we are going to be having on March 29th a solar eclipse, and I'll have a whole video on that. But in the meantime, I want to talk about the equinox because it's an important day to pause and meditate and journal, because here we go. It is a time when the veil between worlds and realms is really thin. So if we've been trying to figure some stuff out and we know we need a higher perspective, we know that what's happening on the earth plane as governments are dissolving and there's all kinds of wars and crazy and people are lying like mad, we got to find the truth within our own being. We've got to find within our own hearts, we got to find that balance within our hearts. And so it's very kind of magical on an equinox, whether it's the March equinox like we're having in a few days, or the September equinox. It's this beautiful time to connect, and it is a time of equal hours of light and dark. And so you can take the hours of light and the hours of dark. You can take the dark and not be scared of it, but bring light to what has been darkness. And when you do that, when you bring light to what was within you as darkness, that's when vision is born. And so being able to step in a day and know that there is a day on March 20th of equal day and equal dark, equal light and dark, because the 12 hours of sun and 12 hours of night, 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night. Okay. So what you've got is this opportunity to feel the balance, the balance point wherever you are. Okay. So it's a sense of balance. And if you really, I teach, I have all these meditations where I teach people how to find the eye of the heart, which is the creative vision within each of our hearts. And I'll talk more about an invitation into being able to really work with that if you don't have a way already to do that. But this is a very important day, as if you are getting upset over things that are happening in the world, or you're noticing you're in more fear, or you finish watching, if you still watch the news, you feel like, oh my gosh, it's just shocking. Things are shocking. And to stay out of fear when things are shocking and are presented to us in a way that is shocking, trying to help us be shocked. Know that going within our own being and creating from that point is what's going to create an actual world that works for all of us on this planet, all living beings on this planet, including this beautiful planet herself. So, what is happening astrologically? Astrologically, there's a little thing pointing to the sun at 0 degrees Aries. This is the sign of Aries. This is a sign of Aries over here. There's so many things in Pisces and Aries that this is, that that's the sign for Aries is actually over here. So lots going on. And Aries is a fire sign, likes to initiate things. So whatever is going to be birthed in your heart at this equinox, pay attention. Don't necessarily act on it right away, but pay very serious attention to it and see what unfolds. So that's really powerful. Look at this, 1 degree away, Neptune. Okay, so the sun was just on Neptune that very day, and then boom, at 2:25 Pacific time, sun moves into Aries. Bye-bye, Neptune. So the sun has been having a conversation with Neptune, been having a conversation with the North Node by the time we get to the equinox. So I'm filming this on the 16th of March, so the sun hasn't done all this yet. The sun just was with Saturn, with the star Macabre. Saturn is still on that star. It's a beautiful Piscean star. So we've got all this Piscean soaring horse, Pegasus. Pegasus is the flying horse where this star Macabre lives, and this star Sheep lives, and this star Algin lives. And I have videos talking more about these stars and Pegasus. My first 2 videos in this Venus retrograde series were on those. So check those out if you're interested in the stars. But right here, what we're focused on is figuring out what kind of ceremony, what kind of ritual you're going to do on March 20th to help you find that balance. Are you going to meditate? Are you going to journal? Are you going to find your own way of meditating? If meditating the correct way never works for you, then you haven't found your meditation method yet. Everybody's different. I have one dear friend. She's so spiritually open-hearted, but she says she can't meditate. But what her best meditation is working with just really sewing. She likes sewing clothes for dolls, and she will just change the dolls' clothes. And that's her meditation. Hey, I'm not going to judge what your meditation is. Some of people have walking meditations, dancing meditations, chanting meditations, singing meditations, all these different kinds of meditation. You don't have to sit on the ground on a pillow for an hour. Sometimes you move through different things that you do in your meditation practice. I've created my own meditation practice after trying to follow other people's for years. Mine works for me. Yours will work for you. So find out. Journaling is a very good thing to be doing too. So whatever comes up in your meditation, write it down, because you could go back and look at that journal and kind of see a progression, which is always fun. I like seeing my progressions. I'm sure most people do. Okay, so what is happening besides the fact that Venus just moved from the very last degree of Pisces, where Neptune and the star Sheet in Pegasus are, and into Aries, okay, where the beginning of the zodiac is, where the fiery initiation, where our enthusiasm from all of the Piscean bliss and unity that we've been longing for and being able to flow and be fluid with, while the sun has been in Pisces, while Saturn's been in Pisces, while Neptune's been in Pisces for the last 14 years. Woo! So Neptune also is illusion and delusion, which I'm telling you, not necessarily jump in and do whatever, idea came to you, but really think about it. We've got Venus in her retrograde. She's at 4 degrees by the time we have the equinox. The sun and Venus is moving towards the sun. I did a whole video about how when Venus Cassini's the sun, which just means they're on the same degree, but it's a very intense time for any planet. And because it's a very intense time, we actually can understand and receive and connect into Venus and the sun at this time, and what's going on with Venus. And what's going on with Venus is in the another video I just did on the transition phase. So Venus changes into her transition phase, and she's going to continue to be in her transition phase until she's just like on the same degree as the sun. You see how close she is to Mercury. So it's Mercury Venus conjunct. She's with her buddy Mercury, which is good because this is why I'm recommending journaling at this time, because Venus and Mercury are together, and Mercury is communication. And so if there's some Venus things that are going on that are beyond words, Mercury is right there to help us. We can just start writing and see what happens. And even if you don't know what to write down when you start, just being in this energy, this balanced equinox energy during this time can be really, really helpful. And Mercury may be helping you figure out by, writing down what is coming up for you. Because all of this that's happening can be activated in your chart. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, this so much is going on, this is so powerful, things are inside me, it feels like a volcano in there, I don't know what's going on anymore, I'm confused, I used to be this way and now it's not, and I used to have this gift and now I don't know what happened to it. So if you're feeling those kinds of confusions, then you're maybe these planets right here may be activating your chart. And I would definitely get a reading from a astrologer that understands all of the different, not only planets, but stars, cosmic points. There's a whole bunch of us galactic astrologers. I volunteer to help you look at your chart. Below, you're going to see a link for readings that you can schedule. So all of this, if you're feeling it, if you're not sure how to find it into balance, I'm also going to be inviting people. There's going to be the link to join my Patreon group, which is Soul Portal Journeys Community. And the whole Patreon group is free with a bunch of videos from me, but then there's this paid tier for people that want to share, and it's not expensive, but there's 2 live meetings a month where we really go into the eye of the heart, and we really take the darkness and bring light to it so that we can see our own vision and what's happening within the eye of our heart. When we create from that place, wow, that's when we are on board working for what is new, what is going to be created from within our hearts for a world that works for all of us. So one more time, the March 20th eclipse, equal hours of light and dark. So I'm going to be doing more videos on Venus's. She changes signs, and look for my solar eclipse video that's happening on March 29th. This whole Venus retrograde series, Venus is going to step out of retrograde April 12th. So you can definitely look for a video for that. Love and blessings to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.